Uh-oh. Yeah. Anytime a pretty girl would be nice to me, I thought it was this big elaborate trap that my girlfriend had set. There's a line trying to get a sandwich, and this girl stands next to me and says, "Oh, the food smells great." Oh, so how do you know my girlfriend? I've fallen for that shit. But yeah, my girl, she works for Planned Parenthood. And, uh-oh again. And she gets hit on by guys every now and then. She's like, wow, balls on these guys. Just come right out and ask for her number. But she's so cool about it too. She'll just be like, well, this isn't my number, but you can call this if you need to refill your prescription for genital warts. Pretty awesome. But I think getting back into a serious relationship should require some sort of training. Let me give you an example. I was single for about 6 years, and I never had to deal with a woman during those special few days she has every month. And I meet this incredible woman, fall in love, and I'm just supposed to be able to handle it? Doesn't work that way. I woke up in our bed alone one night. I came out to the couch and found her crying. Like, oh my God, babe, are you alright? She goes, no, actually, when you came home from work today, you didn't really pay me much attention when you were doing the dishes, doing the laundry, and cooking us dinner. Huh. Sort of goes against everything I thought I knew about living with a woman. While my brain was still trying to process that, she followed through with, you didn't even want to snuggle me while we were sleeping. It's not even conscious. What am I supposed to do? But I think a lot of people in relationships like to romanticize about the good old days being single. But I don't. I remember how terrible they were. Like this one girl I met, we went on our first date, just the nicest person I'd ever met in my entire life. Second date, even nicer. Third date, not so nice. Turns out the first 2 dates, she was high on heroin. And now she's out of heroin and demanding that I buy her more heroin. Another girl I was with for about 2 months called me up and said, hey Joe, I'm pregnant. But don't worry, I'm 3 months along, so it's not yours. But the good news is, the father's no longer in the picture, so you actually get to raise this child as your own. What a treat for me, wow. Another girl I was with complained of me being distant while I was inside of her. I don't know how much closer I can get. Sorry. I'm not trying to say I'm better than anybody else. You know, I got my own problems too. I got some anger problems. And I choose to blame my parents. Because every time I talk to them on the phone, I have to exercise so much patience, I have none left for the rest of the world. For example, my dad, bless his heart, is starting to forget doing things like having firewood delivered to my house as a present. Now, assuming he remembered ordering the wood, when it arrived, I texted him something cryptic like, the eagle has landed. His response to that was, does that mean you're high on something, son? No, Dad, it's 7 o'clock in the morning. Firewood was delivered. He says, oh, so you need to borrow money? I'll try to talk to my mom. That doesn't do any good, because all she ever wants to talk about is how I'm ever going to find a wife with those shoes that I wear. Or the car that I drive. Am I really going to find the one with that untrimmed neck hair? I just try to get off the phone as quickly as possible. But every time I do, she has to say something disgusting. Like, okay, Mom, love you, goodbye. Like, oh, okay, son, well, keep a wrinkle in it. It's disgusting. There's the anger problem. I have no patience for anybody. Like, have you noticed people saying literally a lot now? Like, I just ate this entire piece of chicken. Literally. Like, yeah, I believe you. You didn't eat the entire chicken. How does one figuratively eat a piece of chicken, by the way? Or what about the old guys in the gym locker room who feel it's appropriate to blow dry their ball sack in front of everyone? What is happening here? They do it with so much pride, they put one leg up on the bench, like there's some Vikings sailing across the seas with their foot on the bow of the ship and the wind in their balls. Like some perverted version of Captain Morgan. Road rage. Anybody here have road rage? Yeah. I'm pretty sure they can take everything they teach in driver's ed, throw it out, and concentrate on how to merge onto the goddamn highway. It's like, if I'm gonna take a right turn, I get in the right lane ahead of time. I don't take some suicide dive over 3 lanes at the last second. You guys like suicide diving? That's cool. Have you ever been on a freeway, waiting in line to get on another freeway for like 10 minutes, all of a sudden somebody cuts in front of you at the last second? Yeah, I lose my shit. I just go into this intense fantasy where I'm like, okay, I'm not going to my job today. I'm just going to follow this person around all day, cutting them off repeatedly. In traffic, line at the bank, the grocery store, doesn't matter. And at the end of the day, they'd recognize me and say, hey, you've been in my way all day. Who are you? I'm the blue Subaru you cut off 9 hours ago. See how you like it. Or like at the red light. The guy who moves up 1 inch every 5 seconds. Stopping and starting, making you think the light keeps turning green and distracting you from texting like everybody else at the red light. The same asshole with the family cartoon car stickers. One for each idiot parent, idiot child, idiot pet, dead idiot pet. Guess it's to show me how many orphans I'm gonna make after I sideswipe their car first into a fucking telephone pole. Yeah, anger problems. So I learned something the other day, you should never road rage without tinted windows. I was behind this guy who was going really slow. I just kind of, I didn't honk, I didn't flip him off, I just very politely screamed obscenities in my car and I went around him. Then I get to the red light and I could just kind of feel like shit's about to go down. And sure enough, I look over and this guy's in the middle of screaming at me. So I rolled my window down and he goes, saving a lot of time there, big mouth? Big mouth? Why are you calling me big mouth, sir? He goes, oh, you don't think I can see you mouthing the words, F you? Yeah, I didn't think you could see that at all. Checkmate. I got nothing. So I just drove off and I started thinking, well, wait a second, this guy's going around driving like shit on purpose, and then yelling at people for getting mad at him. That's incredible. It's like I just met myself in the future. But I don't actually blame my parents for my anger problems. That's a cop-out. I was adopted by 2 of the greatest people in the whole world. They're here tonight. Give them a round of applause. Yeah, and I was just sort of a weird, shitty little kid. Like when I was growing up, I decided I didn't want to poop anymore. I was tired of it. Sitting on the toilet seat, wiping my butt, washing my hands, the whole thing, just forget about it. Until about 72 hours later, when I was in the fetal position with the family doctor's finger up my butt. Yeah, I had this weird obsession with my socks growing up, where if they weren't pulled up perfectly at all times, I would freak out and start screaming, my socks aren't obeying me! Strange. Another thing, I went into the bathroom one night to brush my teeth with the lights off with what I thought was toothpaste. Turned out to be Preparation H instead. Yeah, I brush my teeth with the lights on now. Another weird thing I would do is I would wrestle pillows for fun. And this one day I decided for this big finale, I'm gonna climb a tree and body slam this pillow 40 feet out of a tree. So I climb up there, branch breaks, I fall, get a concussion and break my arm. Now at this point, if you're my parents, you gotta be thinking, we paid full price. For a kid that wrestles pillows and trees and loses. He brushes his teeth with hemorrhoid cream. He screams at his socks all day. Every 6 months we have to take him to the hospital because he decided to stop pooping again. I told you we should have adopted a highway instead. Yeah. So, growing up in my parents' house, I had a secret drawer. Anybody else have secret drawers? Bartender did. All right. Well, my secret drawer consisted of 3 different items. Being a bottle of booze, a bag of weed, and a VHS tape of some of the most disgusting porn you've ever seen in your life. So me and my friends would go out, have some of the booze, tastes pretty strong, doesn't really do the trick. Same thing with the weed. And I get home and bust out the trusty VHS tape, and it was in that moment that I realized my parents had found my secret drawer, replaced the booze with vinegar, replaced the weed with lawnmower clippings, and recorded over the VHS tape with a 12-hour NASA launch video. And they didn't say a word. I had to have the balls to go up to them, look them in the eye, and let them know that I know that they know. The worst part, though, was about a week later when they caught me jerking off to NASA launch videos. Hey guys, we got a great show for you tonight. We got some comedians and a special little musical guest, but for right now, please give a round of applause for Chris Moran.